it were not so, they would not hide the numbers. And let me just say a couple of other things. Inadvertently, they have admitted it. In spite of all this shape-shifting, there were two stunning admissions in the second presidential debate and in the vice presidential debate. And I was aghast that none of the commentators pointed to that. Remember what Governor Romney said about taxes in the second debate? He said, I just want to cut taxes for middle-class people. I'm so worried about their incomes. And small businesses. That's all I want to do. And the top 5% will keep paying the same percent they're paying now, 60%. Think about it. That means if you cut taxes, the top 5% gets 60% of the tax cuts to keep their percentage the same. But he thought none of us could add, subtract, do multiplication, division. He just slid that one right on by. And he did. He slid it right by all those commentators. But I was sitting at home listening. Go home and do the math. If you pay 60% of $100 billion, and you had $60 billion, right? If you pay 60% of $80 billion, once you cut taxes 20%, that's $48 billion. That means the top 5% get $12 billion, everybody else gets $8. And even that is misleading. There's a very clever thing they did going down to 5%. You could actually get people who make $220,000 a year, even by eliminating their charitable deductions and eliminating some home mortgage deductions, but you can't get there with the top 1%. What he didn't want to say is that the top 1% will be paying an even lower percent of the tax burden than they are now. That's the math. They just sort of snug it up. Then, Mr. Ryan, who likes to be a numbers guy, inadvertently also told us they had no idea how they're going to pay for it. But he didn't say that. He said, well, look, we've identified $1 trillion worth of deductions we can take against the corporate income tax so we can lower the rates. That is true, it is right, and it is the president's plan so we can have an internationally competitive corporate tax rate. And it's true. I mean, you got manufacturers in America paying 35% today and Exxon paying 17%. So if we leveled it out, we can do that. That much is true. But keep in mind, they added $7 trillion to the debt hole, right? $5 trillion in taxes and $2 trillion in defense spending. Then he said, and we've identified another $1 trillion we can take off the individual side, which is true. Now, the last time I checked, 7 minus 2 leaves 5. And they thought they could just slide on by. And sure enough, no commentator said it, but I was just home listening. And I remembered my wonderful grade school arithmetic teacher, and I put down 2 under 7, and I found 5.